Look, I think this has to be said because nowadays a lot of men are trying to assume the positions that women have in terms of, you see men saying, oh, this is a soft life. I want to live the soft life. Or, oh, women need to cater to me in terms of, oh, I want to be flown out. I want to do all this shit. A lot of men are trying to basically live the life of a fucking woman. And it makes no sense to me. And to be honest, it's almost troubling because you see a lot of men who are moving around and you just see how soft they are. You see how they complain because they have all of the weight on their shoulders. And they don't realize that we as men, we were created to have weight on our shoulders. That's why we have broad shoulders. And that's why women have narrow shoulders compared to men. Because we were literally designed to take on the world. We were designed to put on weight on our shoulders. The weight of our family, the weight of ourselves, the weight of maybe you're in a relationship, the weight of that woman. Yes, you do have that responsibility. And again, there will be a lot of men who listen to this and they'll say, oh my God, I don't want to deal with that. I just want to bow out, bro. Get out of the arena. Let professionals play. You're an amateur. Get out the game. This is not for you. This game of life is not for you. It's not for a lot of men. Because a lot of men, they start to complain. They start to be like, why is life so unfair? Why do women get to choose the type of men? They have this billionaire that can fly them out. Why can't I have a billionaire woman that flies me out? I've heard this shit before. And it blows my mind because they don't understand that men will have a more difficult life than women by default since birth. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked over time. Literally since the dawn of human time. That is how it's always worked. Men are born, zero value, none. There will be men in the comments that will fight with me and say, oh no, there is value. You are born with value. Really? Yeah, you're born with value as a child. But once you graduate from being a child and you start to be an adolescent, now you're at zero. Now there is no child. Now there is no young. Now you're now becoming an adolescent. You're becoming a male who has to be responsible for himself. Now the clock is ticking, right? The clock is ticking. You have to evolve, especially nowadays where the internet's big and now everything is global. Everybody's interconnected. You get to see people who are succeeding in earlier ages. The clock is ticking. You have to keep going. You literally have to keep going. But there's a lot of men who are like, oh man, life is so hard. Why is it so hard for me? Why can't I have the soft life? Go have the soft life. See how that goes for you. There are a lot of men who wanted to bow out and have the soft life, and now they're broke. They don't have anything. They have nothing. They have nothing to their nothing. No accolades, no nothing. Because they wanted the life of the soft life, right? The life that women want. That's what they want. They want that soft life. I don't understand how somebody could genuinely want that as a man. I don't know why you would want that. As stressful as it can be, having a lot of weight on your shoulders, a lot of responsibilities, feels good when you are moving up and you're living up to that expectation. It doesn't feel good when you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. It doesn't. I can tell you that. From someone who's been there, I get it. When you have no idea what you're doing, having all of that responsibility will make you self-destruct. When you don't have a North Star or you're not congruent, you don't know what your life story is, you don't know what you need to do, you don't know when this is going to come in, when that's going to come in, when this is going to work, when that's going to work. When you don't understand that, it's hard. You know what I mean? It's a very, very, very hard thing to have all of the weight on your shoulders when you have no idea what's going on in life. But that's why you're created, because you're created to be an alchemist. You have to create your path. You have to create what it is that you want to do. Because the minute that you can do that is the minute that all of the weight on your shoulders makes sense and you can carry it and you get stronger over time. Maybe the first time you put that weight on your shoulders, you collapse because your nervous system was not ready to have that weight. But you can train it. You can train it by constantly trying to keep it on your shoulders, maybe for a little bit longer, man. And you collapse again, boom. Okay, boom, you put it back on your shoulders. Boom, you go a little bit longer. You train your nervous system to just keep moving with it, and you get better over time. But the losers will bow out of the arena fast. Once they feel some sort of pain, they feel some sort of like restriction as they're pushing forward, they're like, oh, nope, bow out. Now they're spectators. Now they're watching videos like this, commenting hate comments because they could never do shit in life. I'm telling y'all, if you actually are doing shit in life and you're in the arena of life, you don't have time to be posting negative comments under other people's shit. This has nothing to do with me, by the way. This is just an observation I've made with men who are not actually in the arena doing shit in life every single day. I barely have time to make these fucking YouTube videos, let alone comment under somebody else's shit because I don't agree with them. If you don't agree, move on. You should be so busy with life that you don't even have time to type a comment on a YouTube video. First of all, if you're really, really moving, there should be very few YouTube videos that you even need to watch. You should be watching all of these self-improvement creators. Some people might say, well, yeah, well, I'm watching you. What? Now you're saying that that's bad? No, I mean, if you want to watch me, cool. If you don't want to watch me, great. Doesn't fucking matter to me. There are millions, if not hundreds of millions of people out there not concerned about just you. But I do want a majority of the people, because there's a lot of men who just won't win. They're just not going to win in life, and it's okay. If you've identified that you are going to be a loser for the rest of your life, at least you know and you can live at peace to know that I am a loser and I'm born to be a loser forever. It's fine. As long as you can cope with that. But there are a lot of men who can't cope with that. And the reality is, once you understand that your life is supposed to be hard compared to a woman's by default, it is designed that way. It was created that way for your benefit because it makes you stronger. That's why you're physically stronger than a woman. That's why mentally even, well, nowadays, can't even say that shit. Can't even say men are mentally stronger than women nowadays, which is fucking sad. But you have to understand that there is a certain level of responsibility that you are designed to shoulder. And that actually makes you feel good when you finally shoulder that responsibility and you execute accordingly. You don't feel good when you're sitting around doing absolutely nothing, trying to chase the soft life. You feel embarrassed internally. You do. And you don't feel like a man. You don't feel like a man because all you do is you sit there and you want the soft life. You want to be put on a fucking pillow. You don't want any challenges whatsoever. You think, oh, this woman, it's hard to deal with it. That's life. You as a man, you have to maneuver and deal with everybody's emotions, everybody's ups and downs. You deal with a lot of shit, family. You deal with money. You deal with all kinds of shit. That's just the name of the game. That's the arena that we're playing right now. If you don't like that arena, go back to the gym and just be training there with the hoodie on all day and wondering why you're still broke and wondering why you still don't have a woman. You still don't have this and that because you bowed out. You went back to practice and you wanted to stay practicing because life was too hard for you. And it's worse when you start comparing your life to a woman's life because it's not fundamentally the fucking same. A man and a woman can go homeless right now, and I guarantee you the woman will be able to find a way to be able to find someone that picks her up if she looks good enough, of course, because that shit matters. Let's be real, right? The man, doesn't matter how good you look, doesn't matter who the fuck you are. If you are homeless and you're on the street, nobody's fucking helping you. Nobody. Nobody's gonna help you. No one's coming to save you. That's the thing. You have no savior. Maybe God, if that's your mental model. And there's a lot of people that literally don't give a fuck in the comments. If you're like, oh, God doesn't exist, great. Live with that mental model. Keep it for yourself. Okay. Doesn't make me upset that you don't believe in God. I don't care. You can believe in God, you cannot believe in God. Doesn't change my worldview, doesn't change shit. I'm not even religious. I just have a belief in God. That's my mental model. It allows for me to win. I'm ahead in life because of that mental model. But anyway, you can't assume that your life is going to be a piece of fucking cake because it's not. You can't assume that you're not going to have massive ups and massive downs. You can't assume that everything's going to work out and everything's going to be peachy because you are a man. Now, the benefit around this is that when you're winning, you're fucking winning. Like you're actually winning. And there's nobody who can take that away from you. There's nobody who can say, well, I did that. for him. I made him. Like, there's people who are going to start getting in your ear and saying that shit. But you know in your heart of hearts all of the fucking down troughs you've been through and all of the things that you had to shoulder, all of the strength you had to muster up to get through certain situations. It was all you. So don't get mad about the girl who's getting on yachts with the billionaires, because, I mean, we know what that's about. We know that's basically modern forms of prostitution. Which is fine. You can go do that. You can go get flown out. You can go get fucked. You can go do all of that. You as a man cannot do that unless you're gay, I guess. But I'm assuming most of y'all aren't. Actually, none of you guys are. I'm assuming none of you guys are. I don't know. Maybe a few. I don't fucking know. But you can't do that shit. You ever see guys who try to make OnlyFans because they think that they can do the same shit that women do, and they literally have to shut it down even though they've tarnished their reputation? Because they thought that their life could be as easy as a woman's life, where they could just post their fucking shit out. You've seen that. It's crazy. But that's what I'm saying, where we're not equal. We're never going to be equal. We're going to have different value. We'll be equal in value in two different ways. But once you understand that, one, you stop having resentment for women, because you understand, well, okay, of course life was made to be easier for you and life is made to be harder for me. Of course, I have to shoulder a lot more responsibility. Of course. Now you start to enjoy the process. Now you start to get better at the game in the arena. And now you start to win championships. Now you start to look around, you're like, damn, there's not too many of me in this fucking league right now. This arena is damn near empty. Where's everybody else? Oh, they're all spectators. Now you start to realize a majority of men are spectating. They're watching other men perform. They're watching men do the things that they want to do, cuckery. And they're wishing, oh, I wish I was the cheerleader. That's what it sounds like when I hear men talk about, like, oh, why do women get life so easy? And I'm like, bro, that's like me. I'm already spectating. I'm already watching a basketball game, right? But even worse, I'm not admiring the players, and I'm not wishing that I was the players. I'm wishing I was the fucking cheerleaders. That's what that shit sounds like to me when men say that. Oh, no, women's lives are so easy. I wish I was You sound like you want to be a cheerleader, not the actual player. It's worse. It's bad enough that you're not even in the game. You're not playing. It's even worse that you want to be the fucking cheerleader. But that's the modern state. And I don't know what it's going to take to get men back on track to where now they start to get in the arena and now they start to shoulder what it is that they need to shoulder, and they start to perform the way that they need to perform. I don't know what that's going to take, but I'll tell you, for me, that's how I live. Performance, being in the arena. That's it. Feedback loops, putting shots on goal every single day. Shots on goal when it comes to YouTube, shots on goal when it comes to getting clients, shots on goal when it comes to building the business. Y'all see me change offers here and there. Of course, shots on goal. That's the game. Y'all seen some YouTube videos flop. Y'all have seen some YouTube videos go viral. That's the fucking game. But some of you are too scared to play that game because you want the life of a fucking woman where you don't throw shots at all. You expect for shots to come to you. That's not your life. That will never be your life. You're designed and you're tasked to build yourself up to be a behemoth of a character. That is your entire mission in life, is to be unstoppable. To be literally a fucking train truck that just goes through everything. And there are men who are like, no, Martel, there's no way. Can't do that. It's hard. Why is life so hard? Why would life be easy for you? Why? What do you have that you deserve an easy life? What have you gone through to make life easier for you? You see all these men who are successful and rich. Of course they're successful and rich because they went through the hard shit first. And then they got the easy shit. That's how it works, G. But you can't be in that position where you think that everything's going to be handed to you like it can be handed to a woman. And I'm not saying all women. Before I start getting maybe even women on here, like, oh no, I had to work so hard. I didn't have this. Exceptions don't disprove the fucking rule. I'm generalizing because generally it's been true. Women will have Somebody who comes in and swoops them up out of their unfortunate situation and helps them. Typically. Maybe not. There are self-made women out there. Props to them. I know some. Props to them. But that's not all women in general. And for the sake of talking to hundreds of thousands of people, I always, if not millions, if I looked at my it's crazy. I have to generalize. Because there's no specific one person here that has it. No. Generalization is what works at mass scale. So that's what I got for y'all, man. Like, your life is not going to be peachy and Cinderella like a woman, bro. If you want that shit, why don't you go get a sex change if that's what it is, bro? Go become a transformer and become a woman. You ever see that thing? I'll leave you out with this. You ever see that thing where there was a woman who, she tried to basically do a sex change. She was a transformer and she wanted to be a man, right? And she became a man and she killed herself. She was like, I can't believe this is how men live. Like, nobody cared about me. Nobody looked at me. Yes, that's how we fucking live. That's life. You build yourself up to where you make people care about you. From the sheer congruency, the magnetism, the accomplishments, everything about you screams, I'm a fucking winner. That's what makes people respect you. That's what makes life easier for you. You have to earn that shit. You're not a cheerleader that gets placed at halftime and everybody looks at you because you're beautiful. No, you're a fucking man, which means you need to be the player in the game, not even the fucking spectator. You need to be the player in the game. Yeah, maybe you airballed a free throw. Everyone's spectating and laughing at you. Who gives a fuck? Maybe you airballed a free throw. Or maybe, yeah, you got the ball stolen from you a couple times. Because you're learning the game. You're on the stage. Your nerves. You're still nervous. You're still trying to figure things out. Your nervous system. You're still trying to figure things out. That's okay. It's fine. That's why you step in the arena and you keep taking shots. Kobe Bryant airballed his first shot when he was in the league. He got laughed at. Look at him. Look at what he became. LeBron wasn't playing great when he first got in the league. Got laughed at. Look at him. You have to be okay with being ridiculed. You have to be okay with getting in the game and failing. But at least you're getting feedback loops instead of these fucking retards in the stands that don't get shit, but just they eat popcorn, getting fat as fuck, watching the game, wondering why their life is shit when they go home after watching the game and criticizing this player because this player didn't do this well and they could have did this if they were in the game. Then get in the fucking game. Get in the game. Fucking spectators. Can't stand spectators, by the way. It's okay if a woman's a spectator. Cool. Or if she becomes a cheerleader. Cool. Can't take a male spectator. What the fuck are you doing? There's too much going on in life for you to be a spectator. There are too many games going on in life for you to sit as a spectator and not be in the arena. There are too many women out there that are high quality for you to just bow out and act like a bitch and say, I'm out of the game because this is so hard, Martell. There is too much money flowing right now for you to sit there and be like, well, making money is hard. I'm just going to bow out. Fuck that. And be broke. There's too much. There's too many opportunities out there, fellas. I'm telling you, go get it. You're not a fucking woman. It's not going to just appear in your lap. You're not going to sit there, manifest. My reality is manifested. And all of a sudden you're on a yacht with a billionaire and you, wow, manifested this shit. Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did. Right. No, that's not you, bro. That's not how life works for you. Life is hard, but it's good. Because you ever have a hard like sparring session, or maybe you have a hard like lifting session and you felt like you were gonna tap out and you kept going, and afterwards you feel electric, the confidence goes through the roof. That's how it feels when you step in the arena. And yeah, you fuck up a little bit, but you start to hit free throws now. Shit, now I'm starting to dribble the ball pretty well. Now I'm starting to run plays. Now I'm starting to hit some threes. Oh, now I'm a star. Feels good as fuck. Get in the arena, fellas. That's the gold pill. Be in the arena. Don't be blaming everybody else like the fucking red pill. Blaming women because, or in society and the matrix this and this and that. No. Everything is here. Everything is here. Everything starts with you. That's like the player playing basketball that fucked up and basically got a turnover, got the ball stolen from him, and he was like, oh, the ref, the people in the stands, they told me to do this, and man, what the fuck? I ran the wrong play. The coach told me to run the wrong play. You still had the ball in your hand. You got the ball stolen from you because your skill sets are fucked. That's why it worked. I had to like do a little inflection on my voice for that. Are fucked. All right, that's enough joking though, fellas. I hope this was motivating for you. I appreciate you. I will be doing some good breakdowns when it comes to trauma, when it comes to just healing for men. I think men need fucking healing, bro. I'm talking to guys who are making a lot of money right now. It's like, bro, they're some of the most broken people. Not their fault. It's just life, and they haven't been able to be congruent and be able to like do the shadow integrations necessary to like do better and be more magnetic and light. Like it's crazy out here. But I appreciate y'all, man. Like if you want to tap in with me, links will be in the description. My identity shifting program has been very, very well spoken about. So I'm always proud to promote that. The link will be in the description for that. My communication course, great reviews. YouTube course, great reviews. Man, I think I'm 5 out of 5. Fitness course, great reviews. Get that shit. Get in the best shape of your life. Get better at communication. Build a YouTube channel. Shift your identity to be able to actually get what it is that you want quicker than you've ever had before. Or if you are at a higher level in life and you need more high level strategy, you need high level just co-piloting of your life, helping you break through generational traumas, helping you actually become more masculine, helping you embody who the complete masculine needs to be in your life. Tap in with me one-on-one. I work with literally, I kid you not, 5 guys a quarter. I'm sitting at 3. I got 2 spots left. If you are somewhat successful and you feel like you're not congruent, tap in with me. Link will be in the description to apply. I would love to work with you. Not for people who are broke. If you are broke, you need to get a job or you need to start building a business based on a skill set. If you don't have a skill set, go get a skill set. I'm not here to teach business because that is for the business accounts. I will not tank my own momentum on this channel by teaching some shit that I don't need to teach, because there are plenty of people who've done way better than me at business who can teach you. Go watch Alex Hormozy. Go watch Charlie Morgan. Go watch William Brown. Go watch all these guys when it comes to business. I'm not here to be a business coach. I'm here to help men become fucking masculine again. Whatever it takes. So I appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next video.